So the next topic I want to cover is near and dear to my heart, which is the details of our program here at National University. So far, we've already talked about the demographics of the job, what opportunities are out there, and different considerations before you enroll in any EMT program. We hope it's ours, but obviously these are considerations across the board for any program that I would advise that you consider. So talking about our program, couple details that it's really relevant for you to know is we have 4 campuses. I know I've already alluded to that a little bit, but specifically the 2 in San Diego, if you're a San Diego resident or considering going here. We know that some people might be geolocating to this area to attend school. There's one right in the heart of San Diego. It's actually our hub at Chula Vista. And again, it's a small community within the city limits of San Diego. But it's a really nice location for anybody in the area because it's very centrally located. Now, our other campus in San Diego is in Chula Vista. It's a lot further south than here. I shouldn't say a lot, but about 20 minutes south of our Kearny Mesa campus. And the other 2 campuses are in Fresno, like I mentioned earlier, which is in Central California. And then we also have our San Jose, California campus, which covers basically the entire state. We have couple campuses south, one in the center, and then one towards the top. Now, as far as each campus goes, it's going to vary based on what classes we offer. And within that, meaning what are the schedules, what are the days of the week, how long is each class. One of the things that we really pride ourselves on is really trying to focus on accommodating a wide variety of audiences. We have people that come into our program that are 18 years old, right out of high school, that are looking for their first certification to get them in that launching pad of going into the field of a job or a career path. We also have other people that are attending that have a family established. They've been in a career path for 20, 25 years already, and they wake up one day and they say, hey, I want to change. I want to go into something that's a little more up-tempo and transition into EMS or some healthcare field. So we have a very wide variety, and with that, we want to make sure that we accommodate all of those people because we know that schedules and lifestyles are very different across the board. So our schedule is in San Diego. We have a day and a night class to accommodate all varieties of people with different schedules. Our day class is Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 8:30 to 3:30 p.m. And that's an 8-week class, so a little bit quicker. Our night class and the San Diego campus, or also known as Kearny Mesa, is 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. and it meets Monday through Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights in a row from 5 to 10 p.m. and that's an 8-week course as well. Our Chula Vista class, the other one in San Diego, is we have 2 classes there. So our day class is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8:30 to 3:30. 8 weeks as well. And then our night class is an opposite as far as not only being night, but it also runs a little bit longer. It's our 12 weeks. So we're giving people 2 options at that campus. Our night class is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays in a row from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And that's a 12-week class. So in Chula Vista, to recap, we have a day class that's 8 weeks and a night class that's 12 weeks. So we have different options there for people. In Fresno, we have a day class that runs Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. That's a 12-week long class. And then the night class is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. The Tuesdays and Thursdays are nighttime. That's 5:30 to 10 p.m. And then the Saturday meets in the mornings, the first half of the day from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then our San Jose campus is we have a day class up there right now, and that class meets Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., and that's a 12-week course. All right, so our next slide here, or our next topic, is National University's EMT program details. So we've talked already with our program about the scheduling, which is really important for people to know what options they have, but just some other details that are really relevant for people are first, that we're a nonprofit. Not sure how much you know about National University as a whole, but we're a nonprofit organization. Now, a lot of people don't know necessarily what the heck does nonprofit translate to, but I'm going to make it really easy for you, and we live into this as well within our EMT program. Nonprofit basically means that our students are our number one priority. Price gouging is not a thing with us, and everything that we have and we make goes right back into the program, which allows us to purchase really good equipment, have the latest and greatest. So that way when students get out into the field with this certification, they're able to apply the knowledge they learned in class with the same materials that they used, and they're seeing the same thing in the field. So we really do a good job of taking care of our students and making them the number one priority and really focusing on them. The next key component within our program details is that we're WASC accredited. Now what that translates to is just that we have a really solid accreditation. For those of you that may not know what WASC accreditation is, and I don't blame you if you don't because I didn't either, but WASC accreditation is the same accreditor that accredits the UC systems in California with their accreditation. So we just have a really good accreditation, which translates for you if you attend our EMT program. Those credits that you get, which are 6-quarter units, are able to be transferable to other pathways and other degree programs that you may want to pursue later. Next, like I said, we have a 6-quarter units in our program that's academic weight, so you are able to transfer out with those and use those towards other pathways and certifications or degrees if you decide to pursue a degree later. All of our credits are transferable. Our program meets all national, state, and county requirements. Nremt is our national requirement, Title 22 is the California state requirement, and then NMSI is another accrediting body that we make sure we abide by with all of our certifications in-house. Lastly, we don't require any immunizations for our program. There's a lot of other programs out there that require immunization records, and if you don't have the right immunizations, you have to go out and get those. We know that can be a pain for people. So one of the things that we do is we don't require that for our program, and that makes it a little easier with the prerequisites getting in. One of our advisors will be speaking with you shortly on our immunization requirements and all other entry requirements to our program. So our next topic kind of rolls right from our last topic, continuing with our program details. These go more specifically into the specifics of our program, where the last topic was more wide range, what our program is like as a whole, what accrediting body we have, how many quarter units we carry, and some of the entry requirements. This really talks to the keys of what separates our program from other programs. Why choose us, essentially? So some of those things include our e-textbook online learning system management, which is called MyBrady Lab. MyBrady Lab is tied directly into our publisher that we use for our textbook, and it's an online learning system that really complements everything that we do in class from our textbook, and it's actually where all of our program homework lives as well. So students can go in there weekly, accomplish the homework. It's the same every week how we set it up, so students aren't confused on what's our homework like. If you have to be absent, we realize that you can go in there and do your homework. You're not missing a beat with, did I miss anything in class, anything that was handed out. The next thing is that we actually integrate our fee for the National Registry exam. As I mentioned before, the last step between finishing the program and becoming a legitimate EMT that's certified is you have to take the National Board Test, which in this case is called the National Registry of EMTs, or NREMT. Now there's two components to that. The first is the skills or psychomotor exam, and the second is a written test. Now we're not able to integrate the written test into things because that's a contract that we and every other accredited EMT program houses with the NREMT, and they have to go off-site. Students have to go somewhere else to take that exam and set it up on their own. But one thing that we do have control over is the skills exam portion. Now that skills exam is $150. Other programs across the country won't have you pay that up front, and then if they do offer that, they will have you pay at the end. Our program doesn't want to hide any fees from you, so we actually put that fee embedded right into the tuition. So when you get to that point, it's seamless and you roll right into it. In addition, that NREMT skills exam is actually built right into the schedule. So the very last day of class, you're not having to come an extra day or on a weekend if your class doesn't fall on a weekend day. It's just the last day of class, the same time you've met every other day, and we knock that out then. Another nice resource that we use is called emstesting.com. Now the access for that allows students to get into an online testing module that's very similar like the National Registry written test. So we use that program for all of the in-class tests, and it actually pulls from the same test banks and similar questions that you'll see on the National Registry. So the benefit to students with using this resource is that you're seeing these test questions all the way throughout the program, and you're really preparing yourself for success. We have a very good percentage rate of passing that National Registry, and I can attribute that to two main factors. One of them being we use EMS testing for our students as a resource, so they're seeing those questions like I was talking about throughout the class. And the other is that we have really high quality instructors that are true content experts delivering that information every day. Now our next thing is that our uniforms are part of the program tuition as well. We require that students have two different uniforms. There's an in-class uniform, which is a t-shirt, has our logo on it, similar to the uniform logo that I have on my shirt right now. And then there's an EMS logo on the back. It's a polyester cotton mix t-shirt, as well as another polo, or another t-shirt that is a polo, I should say, that they use for ride-alongs, that students wear out in the field when they do their ride-along requirements towards the end of class. So again, there's 3 uniforms that come with tuition, and it's embedded in there. Some of the other things specific to our program that allow our program to differentiate from other programs and things that we've worked very hard to integrate are off-site things that are very realistic components to EMS. So what does that mean? It translates to being able to see these environments and touch and be involved with things in the field that you necessarily don't have to see. Programs aren't required for you to see, but we really try to get that in front of you so you guys are able to have that experience and that visual aid with what you're learning in class and what you're going to do. So some examples of those are we tend to take our students to the 911 dispatch center. That's not guaranteed at every campus. As you can imagine, there's a lot of logistics involved with setting that up, and it's different geographically with the contracts and relationships that we have. But we really try hard in each class to get our students to a dispatch center so they can see what that looks like and what is it like for these dispatchers to take 911 information, listen to those calls coming in, and also what is it like as an EMT communicating to these dispatchers. So it's really nice to be able to see that right in front of you, tour it, and you have, when you get out in the field, opposingly, you have no idea what a dispatch center looks like. The next thing is we try and incorporate other fun things that are really relevant to the EMT curriculum that include going to tour a medical helicopter. So there's paramedic and nurses that work on helicopters out in the field, and we try and get you guys over to the helicopter at least once in a class so you can see what that's like, where the helicopter lands, the crew gets out, and you actually get to listen to them talk about not only what the job's like, but if some of you are interested in actually going that direction, they can talk about that pathway of getting there. The last thing is our program does a really good job with our relationships and our contracts with our ambulance companies and fire departments in each community that we're located in, with having companies come in and talk to our students directly. We like to do that towards the end of the class because, as we know, you're starting to think about what is it that I want to do once I get out of here. You're really heavily weighing your options at that point, and we want to facilitate that. Like I said earlier, we're not guaranteeing, job placement or guaranteeing a job right out of the program, but we want to facilitate that as much as we can and help educate you in that decision. So we have different company supervisors, management level, come in and talk to you guys as what am I going into? What are these companies like? What's the pay like? What's your schedule like? So we have people come from nursing programs, fire departments, EMS agencies alike, and educate the students on where is it that I want to go and how is it that I'm going to get there. So as I mentioned before, an advisor from our program will be speaking with you about all of the details and entry-level requirements into our program, but just briefly I want to cover the overarching cost requirements of our program. The total cost is $1,467, and that can be broken into 2 different chunks, half chunks of $733.50 per term. Thank you for watching this. I really hope it helped you in your knowledge and understanding of our program and the EMS profession alike. We'd love to see you in our program soon, and if you have any questions, one of our advisors would love to speak with you.